Hello, what's going on, people? Welcome to week 3 of the PPL, and we've been some controversial bitches over the past week, and let me show you why. So essentially, Chase, aka Seabad, decided that he wasn't really vibing with his team, so at like my 4 in the morning, he decided to drop some of his team, and that makes sense when you're not doing too well in a draft league. I think he's 0-2 right now. You might want to make some transactions to switch things up. So among some of the mons he dropped, things like Braviary, things like Jolteon, things like Zamazenta Crowned. So I saw that and I was like, hey, whoa, what if I took that? So yeah, like 4 minutes later at like 4 in the morning, don't ask what I was doing up. I decided to trade in DD and Mienshao for Zamazenta Crowned, and now we have these 3 Pokemon. Needless to say, some of the other coaches were not particularly thrilled with the transaction that I had just made. So yeah, our team has gotten considerably more broken, and now we get to go into our week 3 against Elly with an incredible top 3 picks, potentially one of the deadliest top 3 picks in the history of Gen 9 Wi-Fi, if not the deadliest top 3 picks in the history of Gen 9 Wi-Fi. So, a lot of pressure. It's kind of terrifying though, because like if now I don't like win the league with this insane top 3, I'm gonna look really bad. So I should try and win. But yeah, it's a bit of pressure. And Elly is no easy opponent. She should have gotten a win against Q last week, but unfortunately lost to a freeze. She's an incredible player though, and obviously her record in the PPL does not define her as a player. She's incredible, and I'm honestly quite scared of her team. She has things like Dragapult, and Dragapult's always terrifying, I should know from last season. But just like any week, we're going to head in, try and win, and we're going to keep in mind that it's a marathon, not a sprint. We might still lose some games along the way, but the sight of the championship has not, disappeared. That's our number 1 goal, and no matter what happens during the regular season with now our broken ass draft, the sight will always be to get that championship. So let's continue our marathon to be able to do that in the team builder against Elly. Alright, so we're here for the team builder right before we take on Elly, back again right before the game, live, so exciting. Anyway, hello, we're here, team builder time. So, Elly is a very scary team. I think she has a top 5 team in the league, maybe top 6, top 7. Either way, she should at least have 1 win by now. It's just because she had a really unfortunate loss to Q last week, which was decided by a freeze, that she doesn't have a win, which is really unfortunate. And really shit, and yeah, in a way I'm kind of like hoping that I get like frozen back or something in return, just to I don't know, losing to freezes suck, and yeah, she had to deal with that last week. So anyway, I don't know, no mercy, we're gonna win. Anyway, she has some scary mons, particularly her top 4 alone are just incredible scary threats. Dragapult's the first Pokemon I've had to face this season that actually forces me to run some speed on Deoxys speed. Iron Hands, Heatran, and Landorus Therian all are really defensively strong Pokemon and core quite well with each other in terms of their dual typings. And then her sort of like last 6 picks have a lot of potential to sort of force certain statuses on the field. I don't mean statuses and in status conditions, but I just mean like she has a lot of ways to manipulate sort of speed control against my team. So she has Sticky Webs with Arachnid, which could alternatively just be Banded and destroy my team. She has Glare with Superior, which we saw last week did a number against my speed. She has Priority in Lycanroc Dusk, and even Trapinch is a threat I have to be mindful of, because I don't really have like much counterplay to it with Deoxys Speed and Greninja. And then the other 2 mons, Hisui and QWILFISH and Alola Ninetales. Obviously, Hisui and QWILFISH has potential to spike stack me, which is not very good. It's also one of the best answers to Deoxys Speed in the game, kind of crazy. And then Alola Ninetales just not only pressures a lot with Veil, but also with Terra Ground can hit things like Tinkaton and Zamazenta. So that's pretty scary too. So this is the first matchup really where I've looked at the opponent's team and said any single one of these Pokemon could come. I don't know which one like guaranteed will come or won't come. I'm pretty confident Pult, Hands, and maybe QWILFISH will show up. Everything else is a big question mark. So we'll see. But I feel like I've crafted a pretty good team. Now that we have Zamazenta, I think our team is insane and kind of borderline broken and borderline unfair, but, you know, we take those. So here we go. Anyway, so game plan for this week is hazard stacking. The one downside to Elly's team is that she has no removal, and while typically I would say that's not a huge deal, she also has a lot of Pokemon that don't really like running boots, and that's sort of where there's a bit of tension in her team. Like, Serperior really wants its item, Heatran really wants its item, Iron Hands really wants an AV this game for, like, Greninja, or say, like, you know, like a Pyapa Berry for Deoxys Speed or something along those lines. Landorus Therian wants to be choiced. Dragapult might want to be a choice Scarf as well here. Like, there's a lot of Pokemon on this team. Hisuian Quillfish has to hold the Eviolite, etc. Alolan Ninetales doesn't want to be taking, like, Rocks and Spikes Chip because it wants to be, like, Light Clay. So there's all of these, like, different things where, even though she doesn't have removal, she has a lot of Pokemon that really, really like having other items other than boots. So, spike stacking is going to be really important because it's a win-win for me. Either she's going to bring a lot of boots and a lot of her, like, major threats are going to be neutralized because they don't have their item to make them stronger, or they won't have boots and spikes are going to go crazy. And especially if Hisuian Quillfish doesn't come, T-spikes look incredible. So I do have T-spikes on Quillfish conditionally if that doesn't come. Otherwise, I'm going to be clicking spikes. Taunting the Quillfish if she decides to open with her Quillfish and flip turn just for momentum. Sugarberry stops like Landorus Therian, Earth Power Heatran, as well as Terragon Ninetales, Drill Run like in Rock Dusk, or some bizarre lead Trapinch if she decides to do that. And then after that, we are sort of trying to play a little bit of a defensive pivoty type game to just make hazards rack up for a little bit of time. Hopefully we can sort of make 10 to 15 turns happen where she's just forced to pivot a lot, take some hazards chip, and I'm able to sort of pressure back with Dragonite plus Serena as my defensive core this week. She doesn't have the greatest answer to it, with the exception of Alolan Ninetales, which I have Zamazenta to come in on, and Psychic Fangs the Aurora Veil away, which is lovely. But yeah, Dragonite is there for the special attackers. It beats Serperior, Encores for things like Subseed strategies, and then Earthquake Ice Spinner hits, you know, the majority of her team quite well, with the exception of Alolan Ninetales. And Araquanid, but Araquanid I'm never staying in on, because versus Araquanid, I'm going into Serena, forcing some Helmet Chip off on it, and then forcing a knockoff, which is going to be huge to knock off either boots or some other important item, especially if she goes hands, knocking off like the AV or whatever item that ends up being is going to be quite big. We have Spin in case she brings webs or spikes, but she, you know, very well, if she plays it right, can keep the hazards up, and it's going to threaten a lot of my team, especially if she manages to keep webs up. It's going to be a tough game to win, so I need to make sure that she doesn't. So I need to really, really hold on to Serena like it's my baby, but also at the same time defensively, because I'm physically defensive, it switches into so many nice things. And if I need it, I don't know if I'll click it. If I need it, having the option of Terra Dark knockoff just to do, like, you know, a potentially Oko, a max, like an offensive Dragapult after some hazards is quite great, especially since it's her spin blocker. So the fact that I can threaten it with Terra Dark knockoff is quite good. Yeah, but the other reason I might not want to Terra Serena is because it could also be a nice soft check to Serperior, so if it ends up being that case, I don't want to be, like, liable to Leech Seed, and I want to resist Leaf Storm, and then it's also, outside of the Dark type, quite good against Lycanroc, just to get Rocky Helmet Chip off on it, force it to click CC. Even though I don't have a grass move this week, I can click U-turn. But yeah, very different way than we've used Serena these past 2 weeks. We've been using them very sort of offensive, Terra Grass Power Whip being very strong. This week, it's a really, really strong defensive piece. Really nice answer to a lot of things. And then we have our 3 Titans that'll probably come every week, to be honest with you at this point. We have Deoxys, which just kind of clicks buttons this game. The answers to Deoxys are Heatran, which doesn't want to take a Focus Blast, and after, like, hazards rack up, like Psycho Boost into a Focus Blast, or just Psycho Boost, switch out, and then Psycho Boost again will do a ton of damage to Heatran. The other answer is Hisuian Quillfish. If Hisuian Quillfish comes, I might make a sort of daring play and click Rocks on the very likely Hisuian Quillfish coming in, just to really, like, add on to that hazard chip. So yeah, and then the Citrus Berry with the defense investment is going to allow me to live things like 2 Earthquakes from Landorus Therian. It's going to allow me to, like, better take on things like Iron Hand, switch in one time. I can even switch into Alolan Ninetales once if I need to. It allows me to take 2 Crunches from Hisuian Quillfish, which is nice, so the Citrus Berry is pretty nice this game. Zamazenta is just a button clicker, just clicks the move of what it's in front of. I could have put on Behemoth Bash, but I didn't, even though it's kind of a free click if certain Pokemon don't come, I didn't because I want Psychic Fangs to get rid of screens. I want Ice Fang to hit Landorus, and I wanted Close Combat just because it looked really good. The reason, however, oh yeah, because if I don't have Close Combat, then I just can't touch Heatran. The reason, however, I chose Wild Charge over Behemoth Bash was mostly because of the Araquanid. If it's some kind of like defensive Araquanid that's like Rust Talk or like meant to take on like Greninja in some way, I want to be able to click Wild Charge, just do as much damage to it as humanly possible, because if I had Behemoth Bash, you would kind of wall my Zamazenta, and I don't like that, especially when there's so much pressure on Serena as is. So Wild Charge could just be a nice little surprise button that could get Araquanid in range of our win con this week, which is Greninja, becoming our win con week 3, just like it was week 1, with Surf, Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave, and Shadow Sneak. Sludge Wave, a new move that I got this generation that I believe I did bring as well in week 1, so really good coverage for it, very clearly. Sludge Wave hits Alolan Ninetales and Superior. I have to be mindful of 50-50 mind games with Terrestrialization. If she's like Terra Ground and I click Sludge Wave, or if I've revealed Sludge Wave and she's Terra Ground and then resist the hit, I have to be mindful of that. Otherwise, like Sludge Wave is really nice to revenge Superior, and that's really cool. And then Dark Pulse hits Dragapult and Terra Water Araquanid. And that's it. And then Surf hits everything else. The Shadow Sneak is for Scarf Dragapult. If Scarf Dragapult comes, I want to be able to ensure that I KO it. And with my attack investments, since I'm a negative defense nature this week, if it gets to about 50% and it's Scarf Pult, and I'm +1 after I've gotten my Battle Bond boost, I should be able to KO it. So that's the other reason why hazards are so incredibly important. If I manage to get like Spikes and Rocks up, and Pult switches in twice and it's Scarf Pult, it means that Scarf Pult no longer avenges Battle Bond Greninja. So that's why we have the Shadow Sneak. And that's it. That's the team. Hopefully it works well. So opening Qwilfish, potentially Deoxys, try and break with it. Defensively pivot between Dragonite and Serena to rack up Hazard Chip. Zamazenta's a button clicker whenever has the opportunity. Hopefully, in the end, Greninja will save our asses after we've probably gotten hacks and misplayed, just like in week 1. So, fingers crossed for Greninja to do the Greninja thing again. It's a really broken Pokemon, so we'll see. Alright. Okay, so we're here. We're gonna get connected with Elly. I'm not sure why I'm so nervous. I don't actually think I'm nervous. It's just really cold in my flat, so I'm like shivering. And that doesn't really bode well with like trying to like come off as sane during games. So chilly girl in a chilly world. Let's see what Elly decides to bring. We were kind of trolling each other earlier about whether Trapinch would come. Oh, baby. Alright, cool. Yeah, this is pretty much everything I expected. I did tell her, like, I was playing some mind games, but not really. I was just being honest. I did tell her that I didn't bring Protect on either Greninja or Deoxys Speed, which is true. I didn't prep for Trapinch at all. So, you know, should be fine. So it looks like win condition is pretty clearly going to be Greninja here. Don't want to be revenging stuff with Greninja too easily, but obviously like Trapinch exists. Zamazenta looks incredible as well. I can take a lot of hits. I'm just gonna lead Qwilfish. Yeah, I don't necessarily see anything too wrong with that. Lead Superior would suck, but I still think I want to lead with the Qwilfish because I can taunt Araquanid and I can taunt the Qwilfish. Good luck, have fun to Elly. It's gonna be a fun one. Hoping for a clean game. Honestly, like I don't care about the results anymore. I just want the games to be clean. First 2 weeks have not been very clean games. We see Tip's hat. That is you. All right, so we got a Qwilfish off, baby. This is going to be a question of speed creeps. Who sped crept who first? We'll get to see with Intimidate if she has it. She doesn't have it, so we'll have no idea. Well, I'm gonna click Taunt regardless and hope that I outspeed. I do outspeed. Huge. We see Lash Out. Oh, shit. That's pretty cool. I don't care too much, though. I'm going to get Spikes up. It's not going to do as much next time. She's definitely killing it already with the heat. I'm going to get Spikes up, though. That's going to break the sash on Trapinch and do all the fun things. We see Respect Me, the Trapinch. What is happening right now? If this is Scarf, am I outsped? I don't think you outspeed me if you are Scarf. So I'm just going to go for a flip turn here, which I do outspeed and get off. And I should be able to go into my defensive Serena quite easily. All right, I have to be mindful of Serena's health because there's like a shit ton of mons here that I really need to be like helping out for. I think I'm still going to go into it anyway. I'm sure this means it's not a violate, but maybe not. Earthquake comes off. It's going to do very little. And honestly, I think she preserves this. She has a lot of mons that can come in on this quite easily. So I think I'm just going to U-turn here. I'm not super big on losing even this amount of health on Serena, and I'm really like not wanting to. Because it's so good for chipping down Iron Hands, the Rocky Helmet. It's so good for chipping down Araquanid. We see Superior, so U-turn here is quite huge with spikes. Let's see the weakness policy with the attack drops. Alright, well, she is Helmet. That's not great. But it's not the end of the world, really. Like, I could go into the Noodler and get up my rocks. Then that allows me to get in Zamazenta on Hisui and QWILFISH if it comes in. If it doesn't come in, I think that's still fine. I think I do want to get up my rocks. Like, getting up my rocks and spikes are so big. This being Helmet is very interesting. I'd be curious how much damage I do to Superior with Psycho Boost. It does look like a clean KO if it's no bulk. So I think I'll rocks here, and if she stays in, then I'll click Psycho Boost, but she clearly goes into the QWILFISH. She might get up her own hazards here, which really isn't the end of the world. I think hazards are much scarier for her than they are for me. Arguably, I could go into QWILFISH again to get up more spikes, but I don't know if that makes any sense. And awkwardly, I actually really like keeping QWILFISH around as a potential Araquanid switch in. So I think I'm just gonna go into Zama. Although Zama, like, doesn't want to lose health this early. Maybe I do go into QWILFISH. No, I think I'm okay to go into Zama, realistically speaking, because she doesn't, I don't think she's gonna want to lose this. And in order to take like a Fire Blast when pulled, I just have to be over 50%, assuming it's not like specs or something. Hello, do you get something for me that I need to be mindful of? Okay, QWILFISH, Hisui. Do you get a ground move? You don't. Do you get anything I ought to be scared of? I don't think so. You know, I want to CC here. I think I'm just gonna do it. You can't do anything to me, can you? It's liquidation. If this does a shit ton, maybe I'll just go into QWILFISH after. But it's really not the end of the world. Oh yeah, that's it. That's definitely 2 KO. Is this even a violate? Oh dear god. Another Swords Dance comes out. This is gonna sound crazy. Let me just confirm that's not a violate damage. I'm actually very petrified of Custap coming out here. And I think I have the liberty to actually play around it. So Close Combat did that much to not a violate. Yeah, I don't think it's a violate. I think it just has HP. I think I'm going to go into my QWILFISH because it's definitely not max speed. I'm going to go into my QWILFISH for sure. And, yep. Yeah, I'm not fucking doing that. There's no shot. I fucking knew it. I see you, Elly. I see you. None of that shit. Not happening. Nuh-uh. So we'll get the Intimidate off at least. QWILFISH Wars. Ma'am? Okay. I'm so glad I didn't stay in there. Holy shit, that would have been insane. Alright. So I can flip turn here pretty safely, right? Please? Yeah, okay. I made a mistake last week by not calking, and I guess I shouldn't have like made that same mistake again, but like surely flip turn kills not a violate. So QWILFISH making its season debut, getting a KO against its brethren, against its foreign brethren. Okay, so QWILFISH is dead. Huge. Superior is probably at like 50%. Trapinch is at like 30. I could see, well, I get to decide what comes in first here. So if I bring in the Noodler, that brings in Arachnid. I don't really like that. If I bring in Bimbo Doll, that probably brings in Pult, which I don't hate. Bimbo Doll seems the safest option. So I'll do that. Thing about getting hazards up too is it will alert me whether Arachnid is boots or choiced. And yeah, that is good. Because if it's not boots, then it's probably choiced and I can sack QWILFISH. If it is freaking boots, then it's probably webs, and I have to be very mindful of webs. Very, very mindful of webs. First impression Trapinch definitely fucks up my shit, and she's gonna hold it in the back for Gren. So, yeah. Okay, tell me this is choice band. Okay, so this is boots. What does that tell me? I could knock off here immediately. I did a mock, and I wasted health on this Serena for no reason whatsoever, and I think I don't want to make the same mistake again. So I think I'm gonna U-turn here into my QWILFISH, get the attack drop off. If it is webs, I'll deal with that. If this is like a speedy Arachnid, I shouldn't die, and it would give me free momentum. She might Terra here as well, although if she's Terra Water, she probably wouldn't. She has to be mindful of my Terra, although I have no reason to Terra right now, given this matchup. Like, I want to resist Trapinch, I want to resist Liquidation, I want to resist Leaf Storm. The only reason I would ever Terra Dark is in a 1v1 situation with Dragapult. So we're gonna go back. Arachnid's at like 85%. We could probably go QWILFISH here. Doesn't necessarily have a ton of reason to still be around. It'll allow us to get another layer of spikes up, which could be huge. It would also allow us to get T spikes up, which might be massive, to be honest. It might actually genuinely be huge. Chilling Water comes out. All right. What does that tell me about this? What does she expect? Is this anti-Dragonite? It's probably anti-Dragonite. Okay. I could taunt. I think I would rather taunt and prevent the webs than T-spikes and let the webs go up. So I'm going to taunt here. It's far more important to me to make sure that this thing literally cannot and will not get webs up. If she switches, then that's fine. But QWILFISH has done so much. It was just set as a dedicated lead, and it's done so much more than that. So go QWILFISH. But yeah, you're not getting webs up. Not allowed. T-spikes are a luxury. Webs are a nightmare for me. So I would prefer not to have to deal with that by any means at all. Please. She switches out. All right, that's fine. So it is Chilling Water. This comes in. Are you boots? Ah, you bitch. I don't mean that. I love you, Elly. But yeah, you being boots also makes my life kind of hard. You can't DD. So I'm fine just clicking flip turn here. It'll tell me a move that you have. Dragon Darts. Good information. Okay, what do I want to bring in on this? It could be Zama. You just start getting Ice Fang chip off on stuff. There isn't really like an answer. I think Zama makes a lot of sense because I do take 2 Fire Blasts. And if she is the Willow set, that's fine with me. Like, Zama's not the most crucial thing in terms of health. I can't go into the Noodler. I want to keep the Noodler alive because it looks like actually a decent win con. So let's go into Rabble Rouser, who rabble roused the entire league with its legality in trade. We just click Ice Fang here, I think. We can also click Psychic Fangs, because Psychic Fangs into Ice Fang will be enough for range on things. She might just try and burn this though. I'm just gonna Ice Fang and address what's in front of me. She goes for U-turn, it's fine. Like, she might go into Serp here. She also might go into Hands. Trapinch really sucks. Like, it's a really good... It's really annoying right now because it's stopping my Greninja from winning. I mean, I do have to chip Hands down regardless, but yeah. I'll get chip on something at least here. Like, this does still force progress for me. It just sucks that this Pult is Boots. Although it means it's not Scarf, which could still be fine. It's so annoying the Trapinch kills me with first impression. Thankfully, it definitely doesn't kill Deoxys speed since I have so much defense. So that's nice, at least. And it's low enough that I can click Ice Beam pretty safely. We see Arachnid again. Alright, I'm wild charging you. It might not KO, but, like, I don't really care. Let me, like, actually see, but, like, yeah, I'm wildly happy to click Wild Charge against you. You could be Terra Fairy, but I seriously doubt you Terra Fairy in front of me right now. If you're Terra Electric, you'll just die to CC the next time. You could be Scald, I don't really care. I think I just want this to be dead. I think it just means the most to me that this thing is dead. Yeah, she doesn't do anything. Does this KO? It doesn't KO. It's fine though. So what do we see? Webs? Icy Wind. Okay. So trying to catch the Serena. It makes sense because it would outspeed and leech life me in the next turn. But thankfully I do have a good move. In case I don't want to waste any more damage on this, I think Sight, even though it reveals my full set, I think I still want to click Psychic Fangs because it's accurate and has no drawback. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna click Psychic Fangs here. If this is Custap Berry, I'll cry my eyes out, but it's Boots, so I won't have to do that. And thankfully it means we're not playing with webs. So this like makes me feel infinitely more comfortable this match. So we'll click Fangs here, KO the Arachnid. Now what's winning? Is it Hands? Is Hands winning? No, because I always have Serena, and I should be fine. Like, Serena might 1v4 the rest of this team. It's so funny, because, like, well, Zama got a kill. Let's see how Zama does for the rest of the game. I'm thinking thumbnail for this week, right? Like, I was just going to do Zama and be like, oh my god, like, we got Zama Zenta now. How crazy. Nice rocks, nice stones. So this isn't Boots. That's really nice. What was I saying? Oh, I can go into you. I kind of like going into you. Do I want to waste damage on you, though? I don't know if I want to waste damage on this other thing. I don't kill if you're AV, though. I think I still go into Bimbo. What am I saying? What am I thinking? Words, sentences, points of view. Oh yeah, I wanted to do, like, thumbnails on Zenta. Like, how the fuck did we get this thing? That's crazy. Because, you know, we're just better. But now that, like, the QWILFISH war happened, I'm kind of considering the whole like QWILFISH wars thumbnail or something. Iron defense. Okay. Leftovers. Okay. How much damage? This is actually gonna get tough. How much damage is Deoxys Speed doing to Iron Hands? A lot. I'm gonna Synthesis first, I think, and then I'm just gonna U-turn right into it. Although that probably doesn't make sense, does it? I should probably just go directly into it and click Psycho Boost. And if I don't kill, I don't kill. So we'll go into you and we'll click Psycho Boost. Your QWILFISH doesn't exist anymore. It means Trapinch will get a kill, which is funny. Body Press. Nice. And it means that if this Pult is Sucker Punch, I'm in range of that too now, potentially. Elly might sack Superior here. I think it has a lot less usage. or a lot less value than this thing being at full. Like, significantly. I don't necessarily know if this thing can KO me with anything, except maybe, like, Darkest Lariat, if it even gets it. Or maybe Supercell Slam. She switches out. So I think we see a Serp Sack here. Surely. Yeah. Alright, so this should KO. It probably means that your boy Trapinch is about to claim one. Which is actually kind of terrifying. Does Trapinch KO me from here? I'm gonna feel really bad once it doesn't. But I think it will. It should. It should KO me if it's like adamant in any way. And I think awkwardly it might still live one more hit. So I'm just gonna click Ice Beam. She'll get her first impression kill. Nice job. Alright, we go Zama here, I think, and click Psychic Fangs. I think Zama and Psychic Fangs makes the most sense. It covers every switch, including her staying in here. And it should KO. Oh my god, does this KO? Tell me this KOs. She has to, yeah, she has to withdraw, because she doesn't want to lose to Gren. Glamorous, what is that? Alright, so that's nice. So we'll see Psychic Fangs come out here. It's gonna do a lot, but I don't think it's actually gonna secure the KO awkwardly enough. So what do I do here? I think I go U and I Encore. I think I go U and I Encore. Body press. Nice. Okay. What do I roost here? No, I just need any damage on Pult at all, realistically speaking. So I think I just Earthquake. She's crazy if she goes Pult here. Like, I could be anything, but she might recognize it as her only way to win. Ugh, it's terrifying. Once this is dead, I can Terra Dark with Serena, which is nice, and live any hit, which I think is how I win this game. Unless she goes Pult here. She lets us go. Does it kill? It doesn't kill. She Ice Punch? She's Ice Punch. I'm living. I'm not frozen. Incredible. Does Ice Spinner KO me here? I guess I should have Encored, but like, it's fine. Dragonite, Ice Spinner versus Iron Hands. Like, clearly this is like max defense. But I think she's just sacking this at this point, so I'm just gonna click Earthquake. If she makes a play, then she makes a play. But yeah, like she's just gonna let this go. Evil crit, killing this thing. She has to go Pult here, and I think Serena wins it. I think. Mid, very mid Pokemon. Low-key kind of agree, just a little bit. Do I Encore for the DD? You're not DD, U-turn. Just click Ice Spinner. Yeah. So Terra Dark Serena might come out here. Have to see. But Queenly Majesty, right? So I can't be first impressioned. I think I go into this and I Synthesis on what's probably a U-turn. No, I think I'm still fine. I think I still Terra, but I think I might Synthesis. Yeah, I'm confident Synthesis covers every play. I didn't Terra. I didn't Terra. I didn't Terra. I didn't Terra. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. I didn't Terra. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, that's terrible. Oh my god, my heart. heart. Tearing, I would have died to Fire Blast there. Okay, right. Now I've Terra'd. Now I can click knockoff. Even at +1, I think I'm okay. And like, what's your other move? Because I shouldn't die to Phantom Force from Zama. Terra Dark knockoff should put you in range of Shadow Sneak. Ugh. That was terrifying. Okay. Let's see, darts come out. Nah, there's no way. Even a Crow won't do it here. Cool. Does knockoff KO? It does. Let's go, Serena. Look at that. It's Terra Serena. Doing great. Well done, baby. I'm so glad this is my Terra captain. I might respect you, to be honest. Are you dead? You're not dead. You know what? I'm gonna do the ultimate BM and rapid spin kill the Pokemon called Respect Me. I love you, Elly. I love you so much. Alright. Good game. We're 3-0 now. This matchup terrified the shit out of me. Oh my god. She brought a lot of stuff that I was scared of. Like, the Deoxys would have gone in without the Qwilfish. If Araquanid was spamming non-special moves, I think I would have been much more on the back foot, and Serena would have had a lot less liberty to do things. But Zamazenta went crazy. Greninja didn't even come out. And even Qwilfish, the new pickup, did some stuff. So good game to Elly. Hopefully, at the very least, it was fun. She got a Trapinch first impression kill, so yippee. And yeah, I think the knockoff against the Dragapult was always a roll to KO. Even if it's no bulk Dragapult, I only had an 87% chance to OHKO, but I imagine there's some bulk on it. So, you know, if it had some bulk on it, then knockoff would have been a roll. But I would have had Shadow Sneak afterwards, so I think I would have been okay. And even if Trapinch came into first impression, I would have been able to win 1-0 with Zamazenta. So I'd say that roll, which was in my favor already, upped the differential a bit. But that was really fun. That was really competitive too. I know she's been not feeling too great about Mons lately, just in terms of like the game that she had to endure last week and losing to a freeze, and yeah, it's just not great. But I love Elly. I appreciate Elly so much, and the Draft League community would not be the same without her at all. So yeah, love you lots if you're watching, Elly, and good luck the rest of the season. Pull it back, and we're gonna try and continue our momentum next week versus Q with our absurdly broken team now that we have a Zamazenta. So look forward to that. Okay, see y'all.